Welcome back to the weekly news roundup. This is the business edition. Before we jump on into the news, my science fiction novel is now released. So you can head on over to the website, synaptergy.com or tlm.li/s. Come on over here. You can read all of chapter 1 there on the site, see if it's interesting to you, or you can listen to most of chapter 1 on the audiobook preview. Audiobook should be released this weekend on my own sites. There's a direct from author link, which will get you on over to my own personal store. I will be able to start shipping copies around June 10th-ish or so. Everybody is backlogged. I heard from some of my other indie author friends that they just got their Lulu orders in from April 9th. They got them in today. So I'm actually a little faster on the trend. I think we should have ours in about 2 weeks. You can also order them directly from Amazon, and I will be updating this website this weekend as I find other places where you can order them. You can still jump onto the newsletter over there if you would like as well. So let's go ahead and jump on into the news, shall we? So, a judge denies this moron's name? Crowley's, whatever, delusional self-aggrandizing plea to get out of jail. So, if you guys don't remember this moron, and I think moron is a justifiable cause. This is the guy that bought the AIDS drug and then jacked it up 800% in 1 month to basically jack up all his profits. He's actually in jail, not for that. He's actually in jail for a lot of other things. I think it was American Fugitives or whatever that show is that covers the stories of criminals. They actually did a case on him. And I think if I remember correctly, I think Cold Fusion did a case on him as well. But basically, he ended up going to prison for securities exchange. He comes out and says, I'm such a good medical researcher. If you let me out of jail, I will cure COVID-19 in a month. Like, dude, you've never done anything reliable. Get back in your cell, you idiot. Or I'm going to move your cell down there with Bubba. He'll give you an injection. So he comes in and he's basically like, hey, if you just let me out, it's good service. It's good service. I am going to leverage everything. This guy's never leveraged anything except being a fraud artist, which is why he is in jail for SEC violations. So that's good news. We're starting out with some good news and good feeling gone. FedEx and Microsoft announce a partnership to improve package delivery. My biggest concern with this is how much Microsoft gets their fingers in the delivery options. Like, do they get access to the customer database of FedEx or not? Those are things that kind of concern me. I mean, FedEx, I understand having the information because that's their businesses in delivering physical packages. I understand that. Microsoft, I don't want them to know where I'm at. And I'm getting nervous anytime I see Microsoft teaming up with anybody that actually has to have access to these types of things, especially if I don't even have the option to choose FedEx or not FedEx based upon whatever the other circumstances are going. So in brief, Microsoft has a bit of a habit to partner with Amazon's competitors like Walmart. And I care a little bit less about the Walmart Microsoft because I can choose not to go to Walmart. It is indirectly gaining thousands of customers for its cloud servers, which will ultimately hit Amazon's core business in the future. Of course, FedEx doesn't like Amazon these days anyway. Giant war, so who can they team up with? Who else but Microsoft? Probably the only other one that could take on Amazon and possibly come out alive. It's still like a 900-pound gorilla versus a 9 million-ton gorilla, you know. Microsoft being the 900-pound gorilla, and that I think Amazon will crush them. At this point. But they're teaming up to help with logistics and deliveries and things, and I don't know exactly what that means, but we'll keep an eye on that. From the business perspective, though, who knows? Maybe that gives us good stuff. Maybe that gives us scary stuff. Facebook has a new AI tool that will automatically identify items that you put up for sale. Very interesting. We want to make everything shoppable, and the platform is shoppable. So they kind of want to do like augmented reality type stuff. My biggest concern with this from a privacy perspective, this is the business news. In the business news, hey, you can say, hey, Alexa, snap a photo of Alexa, and Alexa will now be for sale over there to sell, hey, Alexa, order unicorn meat, confirm on Facebook. All right, so we can have all that going on, or maybe you can be like, hey, pick your hand sanitizer, $1,000 a bottle. And Facebook will know what it is just by viewing it. Here's my privacy concern with this. You snap a photo in your house and now Facebook starts collecting a database of all of the stuff you actually have. Could anybody see that happening? I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about that. But from a business perspective, from a person who's a Craigslister or somebody who buys and buys stuff, sells stuff, resells used items, things like that, which are a number of people that do that, this is actually a good time-saving device. So definitely interesting. There's other factors to consider. So I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know what you think about that one. That's definitely interesting. All right, so AT&T is battling it out with the National Advertiser Review Board over the icon on their phone that says 5GE, because clearly AT&T is causing the coof. But anyway, this goes back to right before everyone starts rolling out 5G, AT&T starts saying, well, we got 5GE, which is basically just 4G. That's all it is. It's 4G. They just rebranded it 5G. And the Advertiser Review Board's like, you really can't do that. And so they come back and they change things around a little bit. And basically what the ultimate end all is they kind of said, yeah, we're going to stop advertising this as 5G, but our 5G icon is going to remain. I don't know. AT&T is just, they're getting crazy, but they have the FTC in their back pocket. So what are they going to do that disadvantages them? Nothing. I mean, really, nothing at all. So, whatever that happens to be worth. All right, don't miss another great deal. Subscribe now. No, thank you, PC World. All right, so PC World. So Windows did two interesting things that make sense on this next update scale. Guys, I'm telling you, this is COVID's fault. Because COVID's been turning the world around. Mexico closed its border with the United States. The liberals in California are buying guns. I have to agree, not only with Elon Musk, but now also with Joe Rogan. Man. And so, with all that, now Microsoft is doing good things. This is weird, people. What kind of weird? Let me do a side parenthetical on the Joe Rogan thing. I'm just not a big fan of a lot of his ideology. I think his podcast is fascinating, and I catch it based upon who the people are. I don't completely dislike Joe Rogan. I just don't like him a lot. But anyway, cool program. I absolutely respect the guy. He did an awesome job with his stuff. Very high production quality and very good discussions oftentimes too. Way better than most of the people who write articles and inform the world. But anyway, back to the news. Windows 10 moves closer to true Linux with a graphical support for Windows Windows subset for Linux. I think I said that right. But anyway, hey, I don't use Windows. Pardon me. Basically, what this boils down to is there used to be ways that you could use third-party X servers to get GUI applications for Linux running on Windows through the WSL. But in this next update, they're actually doing their own GUI environment for Linux applications. So you can actually run Linux applications in the user interface in Windows in the next version. I think that that's a neat win. Of course, WSL is for the programmers who need to test things in Linux, but need to use Windows for some other things. So it's just a means that you can put some Linux stuff into there. I'm not going to get any more conspiratorial than that. I've fairly always thought it's been a fairly ambivalent thing. Hey, it can, whatever, whatever. Is what it is. But now you can actually use the graphical user interface in Windows with this. So, hey, that's kind of cool. But onto the feature news for the day is that it's about stinking time. Windows is getting its own built-in package manager. So it is Winget. So Winget install VS Code. And then they have a whole app store put together. And you can install third-party packaging as well. So if some third party, like we'd probably see Chrome come out with with this. We'd probably see, you know, other packages that are widely used, highly respected Windows packages have the ability to add in here. Now, I do have a couple of questions that I didn't dig into, things to think about, and if you know the answers, leave them in the comments. Number one, this does appear to be a PowerShell system only right now, so there's no GUI for this, although my guess is this is just kind of the start, and the GUI is going to be coming on down the road. Kind of like the Windows Store, I guess, but I think the Windows Store was a little bit different than that. The second factor, I'm not completely sure, and let me know about this one. What about this side bloatware that Microsoft applications, or not Microsoft, but Windows applications like the bundle? So like, I'm going to download CCleaner and hey, I boot up the computer and I have Chrome installed. Well, moron CCleaner Paraform, if I wanted to install Google Chrome, maybe I would have installed Google Chrome by now. Duh. And I hate it when applications try and sideload other applications with it. My question, and I didn't dig into this enough to hunt that down, is when you are using this, are you going to get exclusively the application you want, or is it going to pull in side bloat with it? Very fascinating question. But I think it's a good thing that Windows finally starts getting a package manager. I mean, it's about time. And hey, everything else that's great in Linux makes its way to Windows soon anyway. So hey, welcome to 1990, you know. But anyway, so they are at least making some decent decisions going in to be fair to Windows when we can be fair to Windows. Can't wait to see what else comes out of this update. But we'll see. We'll see. So thanks for coming along on this video here. Have a look at the links in the description down below if you want to help out support the channel. Thanks for coming along, and I hope that you enjoy switching to Linux.